this is a mind and body class. My name's Kaz, and we work here at Christchurch alongside Our Parks, which you know because you've signed in that way. My mind and body class is so different every single week. It's like yoga, Tai Chi, and Pilates. It's very primarily yoga based today. So we're going to focus on our breathing. It's going to be a nice little flow. We're going to get some energy going through our body straight away. Wait a few more people. I hope you're all good. And if no one else has asked you that, then I hope I'm the first person that's asked you if you're good today. Okay, we're going to get started. So it's primarily yoga, but I do everything else. I'm going to tell you about some classes later. Someone put it in the chat if I forget, 'cause I always forget, and I'll tell you about them and our website as well. Come down into your child's pose. Come down into your child's pose. We're going to get started. I'm new. What's your child's pose? Right. Big toes together. I want knees hip width apart. Bring your head to the floor and bring your forehead to the mat and stretch your arms away. Our extended child's pose. Just going to take a few seconds here. I want you to clear your mind for me. Yeah, there's nothing we can do for the next half an hour because you've signed on with me. So try not to think about anything else. Just what we're doing now. Close your eyes. So I want you to think of your favorite color. And that's all I want you to think about. We're going to do some really nice breath control today. And just try and think about that. Try not to think about anything. Don't let anything else escape in. Take your right hand and reach it as far forward as you can. Your right hand as far forward as you can. We want a nice little stretch in the side. Keeping our head down on the mat. Nothing else needs to move. Bring it back and take your left hand and reach that as far away as you can. And walk that back. You're going to come into our horse stance. It's basically just your all fours. So you try and keep a nice flat back towards the ceiling. Again, our knees are hip width apart. Palms flat on the floor, nice and wide. There's your basic horse stance. Eye gaze forward, chest facing down. What I want you to do is sit back into your child's pose. Sit back into your child's pose. Come on up. Right, now we're going to work some breath in it, okay? So we're going to go back into our child's pose. I want you to take a big inhalation here while we're in our horse stance, and then you're going to sit back and exhale. And when you exhale, I want you to push your tummy out as far as possible, yeah? Every time we breathe, a nice full breath, we're pushing our diaphragm down. So that means we've got to push our bellies out so we can get it down as far as possible, opening our lungs. This is the real proper breath. Come on up. We're going to take our right hand and our left leg out in front or behind. Right arm in front, left leg behind. And hold it there. Then you're going to take it out to the side. Take it out to the side. And bring it back. And come back to your all fours. Other side. Left arm up, right leg up. So we're doing the opposites. Take your leg out to the side. Take your arm out to the side. Deep breath here. And exhale to sit down. Push your tummy out. So over the last few months, our breaths have probably got really short. I know I have, just because you're so worried about breathing in when you walk past someone. So we've forgotten how to breathe properly. So make sure that every time you exhale, you push it all out, and then you breathe in and you push your tummy out so that our diaphragm gets pushed right down. We make those lungs as big as we possibly can. We're going to push back into our downward facing dog. Yeah, the breathing is so important. It clears our mind. Really is a thing, I promise. So we're in our downward facing dog. Our palms are out wide. We're going to try and push our heels down to the floor. And we're going to try and push our chest towards our thighs. towards our thighs. So we're going to bring our ears in between our arms. So sometimes it's easier to listen rather than watch what I'm doing. So if you think, right, she said palms nice and flat and wide, heels to the floor, straight legs, pushing our chest towards our thighs. And you're going to bring your right leg up for me. Our one-legged dog. Bring your right leg up. Big inhalation here. And exhale out. Remember, when we breathe in, our tummy pushes out. Breathe in, take your left leg up. And bring it down to exhale. Empty those balloons. Take all the air out. And walk your feet out for me. Walk your feet out for me. Really going to focus on our breath today, okay? I'm not going to keep saying inhalation, exhalation. Breathe in, breathe out, and then I'm going to stop, and it's just going to become natural. Walk your feet in behind your hands. And we're in a nice forward fold. Nice forward fold. Hang your head heavy. If you're new, I'll give you a little bit of pub quiz info. Our head is 11 pounds. Yeah, that's nearly a stone. So this should force that little bit more of a bend if you hang your head as heavy as you possibly can. We're going to rise up into our extended mountain pose. Bring your fingertips all the way to the ceiling. Deep breath here. Remember to push that tummy out. Feel the difference. Just take a normal breath that you might do. I mean, sometimes you might be doing your diaphragmatic breathing, but I want you to take a big in-breath here and push your tummy out. And then I want you to fold and let it all out. Fold. So we dive, our arms come out to the side, let it all out. Yeah, I don't think you can ever breathe in or out too loudly. I mean, it's only you. If I'm breathing too loudly, it's probably a little bit distracting. So I'm going to try and not do that because all you'll hear it on the microphone. But you can at home, who cares? No one's listening. Stay here in your fold. Deep breath in, pushing that tummy. So that pushes you a little bit further away. You're going to exhale and you are going to come into an intense fold. So come right in close to those legs. Intense fold. You can grab onto your calves and push yourself in a little bit more. Wicked. Step back into your downward facing dog. Push your bottom high in the air and you're going to roll through to your plank. And when I say roll, I really mean like a body roll. You bring your bottom up, your back up, your shoulders, nice even weight into our plank. Then you're going to bring your knees down and you are going to lower yourself down as slowly as you possibly can with those elbows tucked inside. And you're going to come up for your cobra. So we bring our chest completely off the floor. We have our elbows tucked in still. Nice little bend, thighs still on the floor, eye gaze forward. There's your cobra. Push back into your downward facing dog. Bring your right leg forward in between your hands. Whoop. And we're going to come into our warrior two legs. So you just turn your back leg out, almost to a quarter two. Rise up, windmill your hands. Palms flat to the floor. Eye gaze to your bent leg. So we've got our warrior two set up. Yeah? If you do this every week with me, we've set these up loads before. Windmill your hands. You're going to push back into your downward dog. Come down to your child's pose, knees down, sit back on your heels, and we're going to do a striking cobra. So last week we did this. I want you to imagine as if you're going underneath an army net. So we bend our elbows outwards, we bring our head as close to the floor as we can, our chest to the floor, bums high in the air, bring your elbows in and push up into our upward facing dog. That's thighs off the floor. Push back into your downward facing dog and walk your feet in behind your hands. So we're going to breathe in and lift up. Inhale to your extended mountain. Push that tummy out, big breath in and fold. Come down, let it all out, all that air out into your fold. Remember to hang your head heavy. A little bit of extra weight will stretch those hamstrings. Push back into your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We're going to roll through to our plank. Roll through, bottom up, back up. Shoulders, nice even distribution. Knees down, breathe out here. Lower yourself down as slowly as you can. Coming up to our cobra. Breathe in. Nice little bend in those arms still. Thighs are on the floor for this. You're going to exhale out and push back into your downward facing dog. Push back into your downward facing dog. And you're going to bring your left foot in between your hands. Left foot this time. Up. We're going to come up to our warrior two. So I'm going to have my back to you. So you're going to turn your foot out to the side, to a quarter pass. Windmill your hands over. That front leg is bent. Palms down facing the floor. Eye gaze to that front knee. Windmill your hands either side of your foot. Push back into your downward facing dog. Sit back into your child's pose. Breathing out here. And then we're going to do a big deep breath in for our cobra. Breathe in and reach all the way forward. Nose, chest, push up. Come up to your upward facing dog, thighs off the floor. Push back into your downward facing dog. Big deep breath. And let it all out as you walk in. Let it all out as you walk in. We're going to do that 2 more times, but we're going to do it a little bit quicker. So every time you come to put a little bit more energy into the move is when you should be breathing in. So we come up, we breathe in, deep breath in to our extended mountain. We fold, we let it all out. Let it all out. Inhale into your downward facing dog. And push back. We roll through to our plank. Another deep breath here. Knees to the floor. Squeeze, let that air out. Come up to our cobra. Deep breath in. Push back to your downward facing dog. Right foot comes in between our hands. We're in our warrior two. We turn our foot out at the back. We keep that front leg bent. We windmill our hands over, palms facing the floor. We'll mill them back into our downward facing dog. Sit down into your child's pose. Sit down into your child's pose. Push back into your downward facing dog. Right foot comes between your hands. Left foot comes in, walk behind. Bring it up, extend your mountain. Nice little back bend here. Okay, we want a nice little back bend. Breathing in and fold. You're going to step back into your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Roll through to your plank. Knees down. Squeeze everything down as you come down really slowly. Come up for your cobra. Push back into your downward facing dog. Left foot comes in between your hands for our warrior two. Turn that back leg out. Rise up. Palms facing down. Take it back. Come back into your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And walk your hands in. Walk your feet into behind your hands. Couldn't get my words out today. Bring yourself up. Extend your mountain. We're going to set our warrior one up. So that was our sun salutations. Hopefully you should feel really warm, a bit looser now. We're going to set our warrior one up. So our warrior one, any warrior in the title has got a front leg that's bent. Yeah, so have your front leg bent. That can be your right leg, your left leg, whichever one you're going to use first. This back leg, make sure your heels are in line. The back leg should be Your foot should be off to like a 5-2 or a 5 past. Yeah, if you've got dodgy knees, you don't have to come right down into that bend, but make sure you have a bend in your knee, nice wide stance. Make sure your knee's not going over your ankle. It's just above it. And you're going to turn and twist your torso to face the front. Yeah? It shouldn't feel like a natural pose because you're working those glutes. Yeah? So we are putting some pressure on those glutes. Bring your arms up high. There's your warrior one. Your option here, if you want it, is to lift your heel off. Lift that front heel off. Yeah, not the back one. That'll be interesting. Keep your eye gaze up. We're going to do a little back bend here. Little back bend. Come back. And we're going to set our warrior two up. So all we do is we twist our torso. We turn that back foot out into a 1/4-2, keeping that front leg bent. Palms now come down to the side because we've twisted all to the side. Keep your eye gaze facing your front knee. So all we've done from here to here, by turning our foot out a little bit more, the leg at the front stays the same. This should start to feel really warm soon. We're going to do a sun warrior. So you're going to take your back arm and bring it down to your back leg. You're going to bring your other arm all the way up. Keep your eye gaze up so that you can see that palm come right over your head. Keeping that front leg bent. Your option here is to bring your heel up at the front. Back into our warrior two. We're going to extend this. So we're going to shift our weight forward. Elbow onto our knee. And reach your arm above your head. This is our extended warrior two. We're going to come up into our triangle. So bring yourself up. Palms out. Now straighten your legs for me. Straighten your legs. We have our triangle here. Yeah? We're going to extend our triangle. So we shift our weight frontwards. Everything still stays straight with the legs. This is a triangle now, straight sides. Shift. And you can. Your option here is to put your hand on your shin for support and bring your arm up into a nice straight line so your fingertips to the ceiling. Or take your hand away. Option, if it's too much and you have overbending knees, then have a little bend in the knee. Locking out doesn't always help for everybody. Come on up. We're going to do a nice wide fold. So bring your toes facing the side, front, me, whichever angle you're at. And we are just going to tip from the hip. This is our wide fold. Tip from the hip. Hands can be on your sides. They're going to come down to the floor. There is your wide fold. So see how close you can get your head to the floor, yeah? If it's up here, that's all your body is allowing you to do. Everyone has a different body makeup. Everyone's a little bit different when it comes to flexibility. All we want to do is we want to stretch our hamstrings here. Hang your head heavy. We're going to do that all on the other side. So our warrior one, find your warrior one on the opposite leg this time. So suddenly the other leg becomes the front leg. We have it bent all the time, remember? Any warrior, front leg. And our back foot is off to a 5-2 or a 5 past on the clock. Heels in line. Yeah, can't stress to get these moves important because they are working a certain muscle. If we don't get that certain move, then we're not working the muscle and it's pointless. Yeah, we want to twist our torso, remember, to face that front knee. If it's too much on your knees, then we can bring that up. If it's not, and you're going to go for it, bring your heel up at the front as well. Having our arms up high, eye gaze up, and we're going to do a little back bend here, little back bend here. Is your heel up at the front? Maybe, maybe not. Is your knee bent? Shouldn't be over your knee. It should just be above it. If it's too much, do what you can do for me this morning, what your body is allowing you to do. Twist into our warrior two. We turn that back foot out. Nothing changes at the front. Our palms come down to face the floor. We twisted our torso to the side. That back leg out. That back foot out, sorry. Very nice. We ready for our sun warrior? So we turn that front palm up. We take that back leg down towards the back leg, and we bring our front arm all the way over our head. Then you're going to turn your eye gaze and look at your palm. Look at your palm. Could you bring that front heel up a little bit more? Maybe, maybe not. We're going to extend into our warrior two. So we keep that front leg bent, arms out. We shift, elbow down, reach over. This is our extended warrior two. Maybe you're feeling really stable today and you're going to take your elbow away and you're going to have your hand just hanging past your thigh. It's an option. It's up to you. Maybe you've still got your heel up. Maybe come into our triangle. So we straighten up the leg now. We straighten up the leg. Yeah? That's all we do with a triangle. We straighten up the front leg from a warrior two. Now we're going to shift that and extend the triangle. We shift to the front leg. And your option here is just to tip straight away. Remember, you can grab onto your shin if you have to, if you need to. Couple of deep breaths here. Remember that breath out. Come on up into our wide fold. Turn your feet out. And we're going to get ready to tip from the hip. So bring your arms up maybe. Yeah, bring your arms up really high. They can add a little bit more weight. See if we've managed to get our head even closer to the floor. Even closer to the floor. Let those arms hang. Let that head hang. How much closer? We need a little bit of a knee bend. That's fine. Really hang your head, yeah? When we go back to thinking about stuff, it should be that color that I asked you at the beginning, nothing else. We can't do anything else right now, so don't think about it. Come on down to your bottom. We are going to stay in this wide-legged fold on the floor. So real hamstring work today as well. Glutes, hamstrings, we're all nice and settled on the floor. Just make sure we're on our sit bones, yeah? So, oh, I'm sitting down, surely I'm on my sit bones. Do you know what? You can still be sat on your bottom and not properly sat down. So really get yourself comfortable, yeah? Find those sit bones. Make sure there's no breeze under your bum. We have our legs wide and our toes up to the ceiling. Deep breath here. Watch your belly go out. Watch it go out. That means your diaphragm's being pushed down, and it just means there's so much more space for those lungs to get even bigger, taking the deep breath, yeah? If you're at home, you're not going to catch anything. It's only going to be from in the supermarket where we shallow our breath maybe. Bring your arms all the way up to the sky. Bring them all the way up to the sky, yeah? We're not standing anymore. We're going to tip from the hip, sitting down. So reach as far forward as you can. As far forward, if that's it, you're like, Karen, I can't get that far, yeah? It's just serious. Doesn't matter. It just means that you aren't as flexible as everyone else because everyone's body makeup's different. If you can, take a deep breath in, push that tummy out. That brings you up a little bit, but then you're getting that exhale and try and get even closer to the floor. Try and work your hands forward, yeah? Remember to hang your head heavy. Don't watch me. Don't sit in this position. Now you can watch me. This is what I want to see. So hang your head really heavy. Just let it relax. Yeah? We're going to bring our right foot into our groin. Right foot into our groin. We're going to make sure that leg that's out is really nice and straight. Toes up, yeah? We really want to work our hamstrings. It's too much, tiny little bend. Remember, too much is always you adapting your body to what it can do. I want you to twist your torso to face that leg. Face that leg that's out. And we're going to tip. From the hip, bring your arms up. Bring your arms up high, yeah? This just adds a little bit more weight to lever us down. Tip from the hip and come down towards your toes. Try and bring your nose to your knee Exhale out. Exhale out here. Take a really deep breath in. Push that tummy out, take it all in, and then let it all out and see if you can get even closer, nose to knee. Maybe. I can't get anywhere near it. Karen, what are you talking about? And use my full name when I'm serious. Keep your eyes closed here. A couple more breaths. Bring yourself up and swap your legs over. Swap your legs over. Do a really nice twist in a minute. All I want you to do is turn your torso to face that other leg now. Yeah. Make a real conscious effort of turning your body to face those toes. Arms up high. You're going to tip forward. Try and get your nose to your knee. A big inhale. Come away from that leg and then exhale, let it all out and see if we can get even closer. Even closer. If you think I can't do what you're doing, it doesn't matter. We're still doing the same move. There is no wrong move in yoga. I promise you. You're doing what your body can do. We're all stretching certain things. Might not be stretching as much, but then we've all got smaller muscles, smaller bones, injuries. Come on up. You are going to take your legs out wide. We're going to do that fold one more time and see if you can reach even further away now, yeah? We've stretched those hamstrings individually. We've made them a little bit looser, maybe. Bring your arms up to the ceiling and tip. Tip here. How much closer can we get to the floor? Deep breath here. Walk your hands back in. We're very nearly done. I want you to lie back on the floor. Lie back on the floor. We're going to do a tiny little twist here. Counter that pose. So we're lying back in our Shavasana or corpse pose. Bring your knees up to the ceiling. Bring your knees up to the ceiling. And you're just going to drop them both to the left. Both to the left or just one side. And then you'll do it on the next side, the other in a minute. So we want to feel a little stretch in those obliques. Now those love handles on the side. Yeah, we're not forcibly pushing those legs down. They've just dropped to the side. It should not feel any pressure. Keeping your eyes closed here. This is a nice counter pose because we're closing up our legs. Yeah, that was some real hip flexor, hamstring work. Keeping our eyes closed. Remember, think about that favorite color. We are nearly finished, but we still haven't finished. There's nothing you can do just yet, yeah? Maybe you want to take your top leg out. Maybe take your top leg out over. So we haven't changed sides just yet. You've just taken your top leg over your knee and extended it outwards. So we stay in the same position. We just extend one of those legs out. Bring it back to the middle. We're going to do it on the other side. So all we've done is we've picked our knees up and we've dropped them to the other side. Keeping your eye gaze up, keeping it to the side, keep your eyes closed. There's so many options. Here, you can take that top leg out. Remember, take that top leg out and extend it if you want a little bit more of a twist as an option. Now, I want you to focus on your breath and get it really nice and slow now. Deep breath in, pushing your tummy out. Exhale all the way out. Come back to your Shavasana. We're just lying flat on the floor. Lie flat on the floor. Palms, just let them relax. Yeah, I'm not going to say palms up, palms down. Just hang your your feet in any natural comfortable position, however they've fallen. You always see how little sleep I had. I nearly sprayed dry shampoo under my armpits instead of deodorant this morning. That's how tired I was. It's a funny afterthought to leave you this morning. Keep your eyes closed here. Don't think about anything for the next couple of seconds. Empty it all. Deep breath out and breathe in. One more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your knees, hug your knees into your chest and rock up and sit in a comfortable position. I'm going to wish you a lovely day. Great rest of the week. Great weekend. Hands to your heart center. Namaste.